See, you dealing with a born-again believer, a King James reader. When they come to putting in work, I got more stripes than a zebra. See the demon murderer in progress. I'm creeping up on him slow like his name was Cyrus. Then I put two up in where he digest. White stress, I guess. Put it down on sight so I guess you can't deal with the real. Let alone the still. Let me get this off of my chest. Why, yes, I'm just a spiritual caterpillar. Life healer, blood spiller. To make it blunt, a straight demon killer. The other day I had a dream. It seemed that I was crowned the king, given the kingdom and the black queen. But I told the kingdom bye, and I kissed the queen goodbye. Cause I'd rather boss up in the ghetto and see demons die. See, I don't have no love for demons and they don't love me. So I grab my KJV and I put it down constantly. Takes authority over the strong man when I'm 459 in him. He's always on my mind and I'm going to sleep and I'm dreaming of finding him. Always like age of breaking darkness in 100 ways. Could take my soul like I'm on fast and pray 100 days. And then you'll miss like a gorilla, bleeding the blood over your villa. It's the sanctified blood wash, demon killer, killer. Yeah, yo, I walk through the valley of the shadows of my neighborhood. I fear no evil. Yeah, yo, I walk through the valley of the shadows of my neighborhood. I fear no evil. I'm hosted, shot the gates of hell. I got the blood of Christ, so they can't prevail. I hear them talking, they don't know I'm stalking. They feel the leave more dead slugs in they forehead. N-I-B-S-T-R-A-P-P-E-E. In my H-A-N-D-C-R-E-E-P with me. I kick to the gate, now it's too late, it's no escape. I got the shield of faith, and I'm shooting scriptures like a tray.
In the cut like a gorilla, putting the blood over your villa. It's the blood washed demon killer. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good this evening? How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I have a interesting story I want to bring to y'all this evening. But before I do that, I want to show you some videos real quick that kind of go into the story. The story is going to be a bookend to this interesting set of events that we find ourselves in. I want to show y'all a little sham that's going on right now. What's going on right now? Because it's kind of getting goofy in the world right now. It's getting real goofy in the system, and it's getting real goofy in the world. And I want to show y'all a little something, and then I'm gonna give you the word that'll show you the right attitude to have. It's kind of like a continuation, actually, which is interesting, an unintended continuation from what I was talking about last week. You know, the Most High really must have a word that He wants us to get to know, and that's, you know, as my mom would say, from the pulpit on back, or from from this side of the ether to your side. I'll put it like that, because we ain't in no pulpit, we ain't in no church. We out here just having an assembly, with just having a discussion about these things. Ain't no church out in the wild up in here. We just out here gathering together for Yah. You know, we don't do no circus activities. Ain't no ringling, ain't no elephants, ain't no lions, tigers, and bears. None of that. So I want to show y'all something. You know, this is what our ignorant sisters, cousins, and otherwise is out here pretending and not paying attention to the world they live in, and then look at the confusion and the nonsense that they getting caught up in. I'm going to show y'all this real quick. Let's make sure I got the volume up. All right.
Yo, can we talk about the fact how we all stuck in Miami right now?
We? Who's we?
It's no flights nowhere to nowhere. To like Wednesday, Thursday. Like, this is insane.
This is the story of the day at Tampa International Airport, and really airports across the country. Passengers are packed at ticket counters, delayed, canceled.
I want to talk about this Tampa one because I've been to quite a few airports around America, you know, traveling, because, you know, that they be having me picking cottons in different states and stuff, you know, been picking cotton in different area codes and stuff. And Tampa International actually has one of the best TSA stations set up. So, and one of the best setups for, as far as, you know, going and getting to your different, plane, you know, different what's the word I'm looking for? Different airlines. Good Lord. Different airlines, all their different kiosks and stuff. It's set up real decent. So to see it backed up like this, it's kind of crazy.
Trying to figure out what to do to get to their destinations.
Day 3 of being stuck in Miami. My flight was canceled on Sunday night, leaving from Fort Lauderdale, going to Nashville. I just woke up. No flights available. No flights out of Orlando, no flights out of Miami, no flights out of anywhere.
I want to go home.
What happens when spring break is in full bloom? TSA is walking out left and right because of a government shutdown, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime storm on the horizon. What happens?
We are screwed.
They close all the airports down. That's what happens. Let's get into how they closed these airports down this week, and everybody got stuck. What it look like, TV?
I am back. What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did you miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. And today, y'all, we're going to take another trip back to the airport. The video that I dropped, I believe, on Monday, it was going over how TSA was walking out left and right because of the government shutdown. And they was trying to make it seem like they was calling off and the lines were long and it was ridiculous.
Officers are not just not showing up. They have reason for not showing up. Whether it's I can't put gas in my car, I have to take care of my children, I had to pay my light bill so that my lights won't get cut off, so that took away from the funds. Those are the reasons that officers are not showing up. The requirement to provide documentation for those specific instances is where it's, why is that a question? If I'm telling you that my lights have been turned off or I can't put gas in my car, you know, the agency knows that I received a $5 paycheck or a $1 paycheck. What are you supposed to do that? You can barely go to McDonald's and get a value meal for $5.
Good point.
Well, you add that into an influx of people because of spring break and because of this storm that was coming up.
Now, I'm showing you this because I just want you to see how, to me, I have been in, I'd say I was a semi-ignorant adult. You know, I was aware of some things going on in the world, but I didn't take a look at the whole grand scheme like I should have. So I sympathize with some of these people a little bit, but not with this, especially seeing how the government been shut down all this time. Before I would have went on that plane, I would have checked or even thought about planning a plane. I would have checked with TSA. And if I would have checked with TSA, I would have checked to see if, you know, what's going on. And if I would have saw TSA in a situation like this, bro, I'm canceling that flight. I'm not going. Because watch, it was that. And then this very much weather controlled nonsense. Look, y'all, it is spring break in Florida. And it was 57 degrees yesterday with the sun out. 57 degrees with the sun out in the middle of spring break. Now, you may say people are crazy and conspiracy theorists for saying that they can control the weather, but my dude, my car is covered in pollen and everybody's wearing jackets and long sleeves pants and shirts. That's not normal, bro. I've been down here in Florida almost all my life. Be 42 years coming up this year, and I have never seen 57 degrees with the sun out in the middle of the day in the middle of spring break. That don't make no sense.
This is the size of the hill. Crazy. Oh, looking for a front window. Oh, that means we might be in the eye? I don't know. This is nuts. Everybody's stuff is messed up. I didn't think it got my red book on. Yo, it got your back one?
A car under the viaduct. That's why.
Oh my
Everybody's. Oh, yo, I would have been pissed.
God.
There's gotta be some.
In a lot of airports, I guess they couldn't handle the influx. It was too dangerous to fly. So they just decided to cancel everything until Wednesday.
O'Hare is working to get back on schedule, but has just topped 1,000 delays. At the same time, agents are dealing with more than 550 cancellations. Now, take a live look right now at the TSA line. Things are starting to pick up again, and those delays and cancellations continue to climb after that winter storm sent air travel into turmoil. A ground stop that lasted more than an hour this morning made matters worse. And by noon, as flights were leaving the runway again, a long security line stretched throughout Terminal 1. O'Hare was topping FlightAware's misery map for much of the day before sliding into second place behind Atlanta. We caught up with passengers whose flights home are delayed, including one woman from Dallas, another passenger who was stuck in another city overnight, and a man who is hoping to finally make it out with his family for a trip to India.
Coming here, I had no issue.
Y'all heard somebody crashing out in the background. You saw how everybody turned around. Like, it's getting real in these airports, man. This dude was back there crashing out.
Because I had a late flight, but my flight's actually delayed like 5 hours. So I work tomorrow. Hopefully I get home.
Punta Cana to Chicago, we were 30 minutes out and they rerouted us to an area with customs. And the closest, I guess, was Washington, D.C.
We were supposed to leave last Thursday and the flight was canceled. That was Lufthansa because the pilots strike in Germany. So they canceled the flight. It was pushed to.
So you have pilots striking. You have pilots striking. Oh, I'm sorry. My accent. You have pilots striking in Germany. You got a whole storm over here, and the TSA ain't getting paid, and it's like 2 people showing up for work. Come on now. Y'all can't tell me this isn't a perfect storm of something. Like, if anybody who's seen that Illuminati game, I'm quite sure these are a couple of cards that they had for the chaos that they got going on out here. Because how in the world you have a pilot strike? The pilots are striking.
2 days, then we couldn't leave. Today's the earliest we could leave. Keeping the fingers crossed.
Meantime, at Midway, there are about 50 cancellations and roughly 250 delays. Nationwide, things are not much better than they are here at O'Hare. A total of more than 9,000 delays and 5,000 canceled flights.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have problems.
So needless to say, it's a lot of people out there right now that are really, really, really upset with the situation.
So, little update. As everyone knows, if you're following, our flight was canceled yesterday. After 3 delays and then the finally boarding and then be told to get off the plane, flight was canceled. Went back to the Frontier desk. The Frontier desk booked us on a flight today at 4:55 and then told us that we would be put into a hotel. It's just me, my wife, and our baby. They said that we would receive an email in about 40 minutes with the hotel information, and then we would be shuttled there, except that I never received any email. And all the Frontier staff left, so there was nobody to talk to. So the email did not come last night. About 2 hours after that, stuck in the airport, my sister luckily lives about 30 minutes away. She came and got us and gave us a room to stay in tonight, which was really nice of her. And now we're waiting for our flight at 4:55. But stay tuned because they might have just canceled our flight at 4:55. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. Frontier canceling flights because of the weather, I get it, but not booking us for the hotel, leaving us with a baby in the airport all night. That's crazy. That definitely crazy. So stick by. I will find out. I'm going to be talking to them in a little bit.
Flight just got canceled. Basically everyone's flight got canceled. It's literally crazy. Let me show you guys the luggages. It's literally insane. Guys, look at all these luggages. Like, what is going on? Fort Lauderdale Airport.
When she say luggages, I'm sorry, that's a small luggages. That it's not luggages. It's not luggages. It's not luggages.
The lines are crazy over there. Like, look at all these luggages. Oh, that's cute. It's so crazy. Basically, we're gonna stay at Fort Lauderdale until Thursday. Until 9 p.m. After we're going to Detroit, and after New York. And after New York, we're gonna take a train to Boston. I am so tired. I'm so stressed. This day's been crazy.
I have never seen nothing like this. With all the flights.
Look at that board. That board ain't looked like this since COVID. I really feel like they finna put us on an artificial lockdown. Not an official lockdown, but because why in the world is the government only shut down for Department of Homeland Security, which of course is TSA. Everything else is up and running, but only TSA. Only TSA is shut down.
Got canceled in Orlando. The airport is a madhouse right now. You can't rent a car. You can't.
That place where he's at in the Orlando airport, that's a long way from the TSA line. I'm just telling you, that's a long way from where TSA is.
You can't get on a bus. You can't get on a train. You just out here. This is crazy right now in Orlando. I seen people sleeping in the airport. Mothers with their kids don't have nowhere to go because the air.
Now, don't y'all feel sorry for none of these folks because they living in a world where they not paying no attention. If you would have seen that TSA is not working, they ain't getting paid, so you know they ain't finna show up. Why in the world would you take a flight? Why would you get on the plane knowing good and doggone well TSA ain't gonna be around? Like, I don't feel sorry for none of them, honestly.
Airport is not giving them any type of vouchers, no directions, nothing.
You know how many of them young kids was down at spring break acting the fool and decided to spend their last couple of dollars because it was the last night and they was going home the next day only to hit the airport and you got to figure out how to survive for the next 2 days and you broke? It's a lot of people right now that's in stressful situations.
If you thinking about booking Spirit, this is your sign not to. I'm telling you, y'all, our flight.
She said Spirit, so that already let you know.
Got canceled. Cool beans. 9 times out of 10 when you're flying, you gotta, your flight might get canceled. But they show no compensation. You ain't getting no voucher. You ain't getting no food.
She really expecting this try to Spirit. Come on, bro. You might get a voucher from Frontier before you get a voucher from Spirit. Like Spirit, bro. Spirit Air, that's like the Spirit Airlines. I swear Spirit Airlines is the equivalent of Soul Plane in real life. Like Soul Plane, the movie, was just the Spirit Airlines preamble. Like, this is crazy.
Food voucher, you ain't getting no hotel voucher, you ain't getting shit. And then get what? One of these hoes up here that work for Spirit gonna tell me we might have to come out of pocket for our next flight. Nah, bitch. You cancel my flight, ho. I'm not coming out of pocket for no another flight. What the f be wrong with these hoes? Like, but the objective that I took from this, y'all, I'm done going the cheaper route. Don't go the cheaper route. Spirit is a cheap ass airline for these hoes to have rude ass attitudes the way they do. These bitches mindful. Next time, baby. What's the highest airline? I'm flying Delta on y'all ass.
Y'all be with your people. Y'all be with your people. So these jokers, y'all shout out to my man What It Look Like TV. His edits have me rolling. It's goofy out here. You can't fly nowhere. If you want to go somewhere, your plane is crashed because they messing with the weather in that area, or TSA ain't showing up because they ain't getting paid. They're literally the only agency right now that's shut down in the government. That's very convenient. That's extremely convenient that you could only shut down Homeland Security. Now, wouldn't you think in the middle of a whole war going on where the FBI is telling you that, oh my goodness, there's going to be a possible terrorist attack in California, don't you think that the Homeland Security will be the last thing that you would get rid of? Like, why would you get rid of the folks that's supposed to protect you from terrorist attacks when you have word from the FBI that there might be a terrorist attack? That's kind of weird. Isn't that, I mean, it's kind of weird. And speaking of that, it's an interesting factoid that I ended up figuring out and finding out thanks to this man here, Minutes of Horror, with this video here that he had. And, anybody who don't know, those of us who been down the 9/11 rabbit holes, this man, Silverstein, was the one who purchased the Twin Towers, right? The year before all 9/11 happened, he purchased them, and then he got insurance right before there. And then it just so happened that on the day, this is Larry Silverstein, on the day that the the towers was going to go down. He was known for being in his office in the Twin Towers almost every day. He was absent that morning because his wife had made a dermatologist appointment for him, which she urged him to keep. As a result, he was not in his office. How convenient. How convenient that the man who shows up every day doesn't show up on the day that the towers blow up. I mean, had a plane flown into them. Quote, I'm putting air quotes up. And the interesting thing about this guy right here is he purchased a tower in California, the same place where it says they have a surprise drone attack planned for California. That's what the FBI says. And then this man just so happened to buy the U.S. Bank Tower in September of 2020. Let me see. I'm not going to play the whole video. I want to just point out that one point there where he did it. And I want to show this other video. He bought it back in 2020, September 2020 is when he bought that. That's when he bought the World Trade Center. And then he also bought this U.S. Bank tower that's in California back in 2020 of September. Very interesting month to buy it. And then this is showing all the different things that was going on in the 90s right before, because they always be playing in front of our face, using this witchcraft, because that's what this mess is. This witchcraft that they're actually lauding and laughing in front of our face, letting us know what's about to happen, and we just ignorant and don't even understand, and it's right there in front of all of us. I mean, on Independence Day, the computer being on 9/11/2001 is crazy. The Matrix, his birthday being on 9/11 was crazy. Like, when I remember seeing these back in the day, and I'm like, bro, they were playing in front of our face the whole time. Even Spider-Man, the comic, had a thing alluding to it. But what I really wanted to get to, they'll get us to the meat of Bel and the Dragon, is this image right here. This image was on The Economist of last year. This year is going to be the 250th year for America, their celebration on 4th of July. This image is loaded with all kinds of stuff. Again, this video, the cover comes from The Economist 2025. The video is here. As a matter of fact, here, I will paste it in the chat for y'all if you want to check out the video and take a look at it for yourself, to take a look and see. But this image has a lot of imagery on it that's very interesting. There's two things in particular I found highly interesting. You can see clearly the tanks all over the place, letting you know it's war, all this stuff that's going on. They letting you know what's going to happen. But one of the interesting things is this is a cargo ship, and out of the side of the cargo ship, these things are opening up, and then there's actual attacks, like an attack coming towards the cake of the United States with the 250. And then another thing that's interesting is you see here this fist of resistance that they have. What do you have around the wrist? Why is there a police handcuff around the fist showing resistance, as in to say that if you show up and you protest and you do all this stuff, they're gonna lock your tail up, and that there's something that's finna come around this too. There's something that's gonna happen this year. Everybody know it. Everybody kind of see it. They've been alluding to it. There's something that's gonna jump down this year. There was a Hebrew man. He lives in Japan, and he actually, he usually talks about, like, being black in Japan. I think his channel name is Black in Japan, and I covered it a while ago. Where it was like a couple years ago, where I was saying, hey, I always tell everybody around 4th of July, be careful, be cautious. But it seems like this is the year that they might actually either do it on the 4th of July sooner or later. Who knows? Because you see all this different things they got. They showing the money and the stock going down, war symbols all over the place. You have President Trump right here with the two swords, which indicates war, with Xi Jinping and Putin, Vladimir Putin right here. I don't know who this dude is in blue, but this definitely is Xi Jinping, and this is definitely Vladimir Putin. And you see, I mean, there's so much going on in this picture. There's so many different things. But one of the things that I found the most interesting was this here attack and how it's shooting over here at the 250 for all this stuff that, that's coming down. So we see that this year there's going to be
26 world
popping off. There's going to be a lot going down. There's going to be a lot happening. But there's good news in the midst of all of this. Now comes the namesake of what I wanted to bring out to y'all. We're gonna talk about my man Daniel here, and how Daniel stood on business, and how the Most High shows us in this way. They pulled this out of the Bible because number one, it talks about dragons, and we can't have that happening because if the Bible mentions dragons, and we can't easily explain away. We can't just call it a lizard because why would Babylon be worshiping the little tiny lizard or even a Komodo dragon? Like, why would they be doing that? You know, dragons existed. Dragons were real things, real creatures that existed. They're all over all kinds of different so-called medieval writings. They're all over the place. These things were real, and you know, they playing games with us and playing games with the stuff. But the good thing is Yah's always a keeper and he always got a way of showing us these things. So in this story, we're going to see not only does it go deeper into the story of Daniel and what he had in Babylon, but it's really an analog to what we see today. Because again, he's in Babylon. We are in mystery Babylon. So this is a lot of illusions that's going on. So let's go and read through this. And this was for again in the Apocrypha from Bel and the Dragon. And King Astyages was gathered into his fathers, and Cyrus of Persia received his kingdom. And Daniel conversed with the king and was honored above all his friends. Now remember, Daniel and I know they call him Meshach, Shadrach, and all that, but that's their Babylon names. They had Hebrew names, and I never can remember them because we always learn their Babylon names. So I don't like calling them by their Babylon names. But it was him and all the different Hebrews that was there. They were 10 times better than all of the other priests of Baal and all the other priests in Babylon. So Daniel and them had a different relationship with the king because, you know, when your gifts will make way for you. So now the Babylons had an idol called Bel. That's actually Baal, not Bel. And there were spent upon him every day 12 great measures of fine flour, 40 sheep, and 6 vessels of wine. And the king worshipped it and went daily to adore it. But Daniel worshipped his own Yahuwah. And the king said unto him, why dost thou not worship Bel? Who answered, and why does not worship Bel? Who answered and said, because I may not worship idols made with hands, but the living Elohim, who has created the heaven and the earth, and has sovereignty over all flesh. Then said the king unto him, thinkest thou not that Bel is a living God? Seest thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day? Then Daniel smiled and said, O king, be not deceived, for this is but clay within and brass without. Never did he eat or drink anything. Now, in the face of the king, he's saying this. So he's standing on business. He got a boldness to stand on what Yah told him. And so the king was wroth. He was angry. His words made him mad. And he called for his priests and said unto him, if ye tell me not who this is that devoureth these expenses, you will die. But if ye can certify me that Baal devoureth them, then Daniel shall die. For he hath spoken blasphemy against Baal. And Daniel said unto the king, let it be according to thy word. Again, standing on business, trusting in Yah. Now the priests of Baal were 70. There were 30 of them, and their wives and children. And the king went with Daniel into the temple of Baal. So Baal's priest said, lo, we go out, but thou, O king, set on the meat and make ready the wine and shut the door fast and seal it with thine own signet. And tomorrow, when thou comest in, if thou findest not that hath eaten up all, we will suffer death, or of Daniel that speaketh falsely against us. And they little regarded it. For under the table they had made privy and entrance, whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things. They little regarded it. Keep that in mind. I'm going to reference this back. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Baal, and Daniel set meats before Baal, and Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those they strewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and they did eat and drink up all. So they basically wasn't even worried about being found out. They were so used to doing what they do unimpeded. They were so used to having and controlling the system and manipulating the system and doing what they do in the face of all this authority that they didn't even sweat it because they were so secure that their old methods will still work. In the morning, betime the king arose and Daniel with him. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, yea, O king, they be whole. And as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked up on the table and cried with a loud voice, great art thou, I ain't finna say that, and with thee no deceit at all. Then laughed Daniel, and he held the king that he should not go in, and said, behold now the pavement, and mark well whose footsteps are these. And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children. And then the king was angry and took the priests with their wives and children, who showed him the privy doors, They showed him the trap door, the hidden doors, where they came in and consumed such things as were upon the table. Therefore, the king slew them and delivered Baal into Daniel's power, who destroyed him with his temple. Now, when the Most High comes in, the Most High is going to he's going to back you up. He's going to validate everything that you do. And those that your enemies is going to be delivered into your hand. So there's no sense in worrying, just following the will and the wisdom of Yah. That's why I showed all that stuff in the beginning, because if you had the wisdom of Yah, you would have checked to see what was going on in the world before you went off and made these goofy plans. And now you out here looking stupid, stuck out in the middle of nowhere, spending all this extra money trying to get back home because you not paying attention to what's going on in the world, thinking la-di-da-di-da, we in the matrix and everything is normal. Oh, everything is fine. Everything will work itself out. Oh, nothing is wrong. Blah, 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 blah. You so used to doing your normal thing that you give no thought to the bigger thing. You're literally under the mindset of Babylon, because these priests were so used to doing what they was doing, they didn't even have a clue to think that they would ever be caught. They were so sure of what they were doing, they didn't even stick around in there. As a matter of fact, when Daniel put all the stuff down, the dust down, he only had the king in there. So the king and Daniel were the only ones who knew about it. And they just went in there, didn't even look down to say, hey, y'all, what's all this stuff on the floor? They didn't even think about it, because their hearts were so set on evil that they didn't even consider nothing of their ways, because they just so used to being evil. So therefore, the king slew them and delivered Baal into Daniel's power, who destroyed him and his temple. Daniel took down the whole thing. And in that same place, there was a great dragon, which they of Babylon worshipped. Now the king said unto Daniel, wilt thou also say of this is of brass? Lo, he liveth, he eateth, drinketh, and thou canst not say he is no living God. Therefore, worship him. Now, this is why they took the book out, because they can't sit here and try to twist and put any mystical mayonnaise on it, like Judge Shar would say. They can't come out here and throw Brussels sprouts and put raisins in the potato salad. They can't do that. This is clear as day, as I would say. So they just say, nah, we're just gonna pull the whole thing out. But the king basically came to Daniel and said, look, this is a whole dragon. We got Puff the Magic Dragon over here. Everybody worshiping Puff the Magic Dragon, Daniel. Why don't you worship? He live. He breathing fire. He's sitting here snoring, sleeping. We feed him and he eat. Worship him. He's alive. Then Daniel said unto the king, I will worship the Lord my Yahuwah, for he is the living Elohim. But give me leave, O king, and I shall slay this dragon without sword or staff. Daniel, the dragon slayer. The king said, I give thee leave. He asked for permission. The king had rulership over that whole situation. He got permission from the rulership to do what he about to do. So then Daniel took pitch, fat, and hair, and did seethe them together and made lumps thereof. This he put in the dragon's mouth, so the dragon burst in sunder. And Daniel said, lo, these are the gods you worship. Daniel had wisdom. This was chemistry that Daniel was doing. The Most High has always been with us as a people and given us the wisdom and the knowledge. And I believe a lot of that knowledge that our ancestors had got shut up because we're in the end. Well, we were in the time of the Gentiles, but this time is coming to an end. Thank you, Yah. Praise Yah, hallelujah. These jokers is coming to an end, because these jokers couldn't even run a lemonade stand, let alone run the world in the business. So yes, it can't come to no end no time sooner. Praise Yah that we are in this time. This is why I'm bringing this out, because this is not the time to be scared. This is not the time to be worried. This is not the time to be shook. This is the time to be thanking Yah that all this is going on and using the wisdom that Yah has given you. So when they of Babylon heard that, they took great indignation and conspired against the king, saying, the king has become Hebrew. We was never called that word. I'll just say Hebrew, and have destroyed Baal. He has slain the dragon and put the priest to death. So they came to the king and said, deliver us Daniel, or else we will destroy thee and thine house. Now, when the king saw that they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them. who was cast into the lion's den where he was 6 days. See, that it was more to what they wrote. And matter of fact, I might go into the King James and reread that, because it may be a little more about what he was doing with the praying and stuff, because they tried to make it seem like, oh, it was just because he went praying and that's why, that these dudes just had a random beef with him. No, this is why they had beef with him. He was coming in and proving that their gods were fake. He was coming in messing up the system. This is why your family members don't like it when you come around telling them that real. This is why when you try to tell folks that, hey, you shouldn't be out here flying on these planes because all these people is out here. Hold on, let me find that image. All these people finna be out here stuck. They didn't listen. They ain't listen. This is why I say I don't feel sorry for none of them that's out here like this. That's out here stuck. That's out here in this mess. I don't feel sorry for them, none of them, because you ain't paying attention. You so used to Babylon. You so used to worshiping your god of mammon, your god of entertainment, your whatever deity that Babylon has put before you, that you ain't even paying attention to what's going on outside. So I don't feel sorry for them, but they're gonna be mad. They mad at you. They mad at you. They want you to come pick them up after you told them, hey, you shouldn't be going on that trip. You shouldn't be going out like that. Look. The Most High is here. There's some folks that's going to need help. Use the wisdom of Yah. Don't be out here trying to help folks that showed up without oil in their lamp. Straight up. If there's some that woke up late, that the Most High, ask the Most High to lead and guide you, not your feelings, not your emotions. Ask Yah to lead you and guide you, to override your emotions and give you wisdom, because a lot of folks gonna be coming up looking stupid. And you can't save them because they ain't want to save themselves. Them folks didn't have to be in that situation. They could have paid attention to the world they lived in and could have avoided all that stress. Yeah, we would have had to, we can't go on vacation. I would have rather canceled my plane trip and got a credit. You can get a credit. I can tell you, as a person who's flown around quite a bit, you can get a credit on your flight, and then you can just go later, or you can just hold on to it or whatever. They could have did all that. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. Now they mad. Now, this girl out there, she over there cussing them out. Oh, they doing this and they had doing that and they had doing that. And she out there cussing them out when it's her dumb behind that flew on Spirit, and it's her dumb behind that went out there and didn't check to see that what was going on in the world. But she blaming everybody else and blaming all them folks, and them folks ain't getting paid. I don't blame the TSA agents for leaving. They ain't got to sit there and listen to you yelling at them because you ain't paid attention. They ain't even getting paid. And you want to sit out there and yell and get mad because you got to wait because you didn't pay attention. No. Don't let these folks drag you down. Don't let them drag you down. Who can? So they came to the king and said, deliver us, Daniel, or else we will destroy thee and thine house. Now, when the king saw that they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them, who cast him into the lion's den where he was 6 days. And in the den there were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, when they were not given to them, to the intent that they might devour Daniel. So they planned this all out. They starved the lions. These are starving lions. Keep that in mind. And Daniel is in there sitting with 7 starving lions for 6 days. Now there was in the Hebrews a prophet called Habakkuk, who had made pottage and was broken bread in the bowl and was going into the field for it, bring it to the reapers. He was about to go out there and feed his people that was out there working in the fields. He got some food together. He's finna go feed them. But the angel of the Lord said to Habakkuk, go, carry the dinner that thou hast unto Babylon, unto Daniel, who's in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Bro was like, wait. I would love to do so, but I don't even know where Babylon is, nor do I know where this den is in Babylon. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him into Babylon over the den. This man straight up teleported him. He pulled a Goku instant transmission. Hold on, fam, I got you. Grabbed him by the head and teleported him right outside of the den where he was at. And then Habakkuk tried out, saying, oh, Daniel, take the dinner which Yah has sent for thee. And Daniel said, thou hast remembered me, O Yahuwah. Never hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. I would say that again. Neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk back in his own place again immediately. Can you imagine Habakkuk now? You out here, you finna go walk and feed your people out there, reaping in the fields and stuff. Then the angel pop up before you say, hey, bro, I need you to bring that food that you made right there over to Daniel in Babylon. Bro, I don't even know where Babylon is. I mean, I would. I'm all for it, but I don't know. I got you. You get teleported over there. You drop this food down for this man in the den, and then you get teleported back, and the angel's like, I appreciate you, cuz. And then send you on your way. All you know is this angel done came, grabbed you by the top of your locks, and teleported you to the other side of the world to give food to a person. This is how the Most High takes care of those that stand on his business, that trust in him. I ain't worried about what I seen in that picture. I ain't worried about all this crazy stuff going on. I ain't worried about none of that because he fed Elijah with crows and he teleported a whole nigga with food to deliver DoorDash. He had Angel Dash. That's what he had. He had Angel Dash. He didn't get DoorDash. He had Angel Dash. And then on top of that, this man was eating food in front of hungry lions, bro. Eating food in front of hungry lions. And none of them lions mess with him. So he got Angel Dash delivered to him by his fellow prophet homie. And then the lions still ain't mess with him while he was eating his food. Come on, man. Why we got to sit here and worry about this mess? Why? There ain't no sense in being scared. Ain't no sense in being worried about nothing. Because if he got Daniel's back to teleport a whole nother prophet with food right out there, bruh. he came right up. He straight had an Angel Dash order. The angel teleported that man the bit space and brought that man to another place to deliver a plate to Daniel. Now, come on, bro. Come on. This man, the Hebrews had DoorDash long before DoorDash existed. Taken care of by Yah. And then we go down. And Daniel, I'm going to read this one again. And Daniel said, thou hast remembered me, O Yah, and neither hast thou forsaken them that seek and love thee. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk back in his own place again immediately. Upon the seventh day, the king went to bewail Daniel, and when he came to the den, he looked in. And behold, Daniel was sitting. My man was full. He was chilling, petting the lions, just counting the hours, waiting on time for him to get up out of this doggone den. He was just chilling. We literally are in a den of lions right now. Do you not see that this symbol that they got going on here with the fist and the doggone handcuffs on it? They letting you know what they want to do. You seen this random joker that they had pop up right after this whole war started. This random Negro pop up with a doggone Iran shirt with property of Allah sweater with an Iran flag under the shirt with a Quran in the car from Nigeria. They checked all the boxes. They checked every box, all up on it. So the ignorant Negroes that call themselves FBA gonna be like, see, it was a tether. And then the Anglos who don't care, these idiots that just sitting there trying to delineate themselves from their own people, dummies. The Anglos is like, oh, see, it's all the Negroes, it's all the niggers. The niggers are bad. They talking trash about black folks because they see all this stuff. So we see that they trying to set us up. Just like these folks tried to set Daniel up because they was mad because he stood on business, and it wasn't really Daniel, it was Yah putting authority over the demons of Babylon, over the gods of Babylon, and the ones that like Babylon got pissed. They got upset. They was mad because Daniel was just walking in what Yah told him to do and was just speaking the truth. I'm just saying. Then cried the king with a loud voice, saying, great art thou, Lord Yahuwah of Daniel. There is none other besides thee. And drew him out and cast those that were the cause of his destruction into the den. And they were devoured in a moment before his face. They could probably barely hit the ground. And them lions was like, finally, we finna eat good tonight. They probably licked the bones off of them jokers. They was done. Them jokers didn't even hit the ground properly. As soon as they dropped them in, the lions took them down. Like, this is what it's saying. They set these snares up for us. But when you trust in Yah, not only will you be taken care of, but you're going to come out undamaged. They will look for fault in Judah, but they ain't going to find none. They not going to find nothing on us, y'all. So this is kind of like a follow-up to my previous message from last week, because I guess y'all is really trying to get us to know that, hey, just trust in him. Because it's going to be scary. You know, it can be worrisome to see these things happening, to see this stuff going on. Shoot, as a matter of fact, Tampa, Florida was one of the two spots. I think it was Tampa, Florida, and California. I forget what city in California were the two top places the FBI said something crazy was going to go down on. Hey, you ain't got to go to every little event. You ain't got to go to every little thing. People may call you weird, may say you crazy. They may come against you. That's fine. When they get stuck out in the nonsense and you are in the hand of the Most High being taken care of, that's how that goes. Don't worry about them jokers. He did it. He did it. Hey, who cares at this point? Who is my mother and father but they that do the will of Yah? That's the attitude that we have to take, because that's what the Messiah told us. He said he didn't come to bring everybody together. He came to bring a sword, and we are in that sword time. Because there's a lot of jokers that we've been telling. A lot of y'all been telling folks and telling folks and telling folks and telling folks, and them Negroes ain't listening. And they're about to find out the hard way. And you can't save them from the results of their own choices. Because again, we saved up oil, but I got enough oil for what I got going on. I can't save you and your people and you can't save everybody. Unfortunately, you might have to watch some of the folks you love and care for suffer. They gonna have to just suffer because they ain't do what they were supposed to do. They didn't listen. Now, if your Most High again leads you and guides you to do so, that's not in your emotions, that you're like, okay, Yah's really leading this person to me to help out, then absolutely. Because you always going to have a person like the king. The king was a non-believer, but through Daniel's perseverance, the king was brought in through what he did. I honestly have more sympathy for folks that's not in the the Bible like that than I do for folks that claim to be in church all day. They go to church on Sunday and play church, but then when you try to tell them about the word and what's going on, don't worry about it. Hey, let me tell you about this car I'm finna buy. Oh, let me tell you about this business I'm doing. That's out here to sell cars to people. I'm finna start selling houses to people. Or I'm finna do this. Oh, let me tell you about this big investment of crypto I'm finna put in, because this is gonna save us. And nothing is going to save you but Yah. Daniel was a high rank. He had servants, as you saw earlier in the passage. He had folks there to drop him down. Did any of that come and save him? Daniel was living in Babylon, but Daniel was living good in Babylon. He was walking and talking with the king. You're not broke for those that understand how kingdoms work. When you're an advisor to the king, you live good. You live in the palace. You're in the palace. You live good. You're top tier, out there. So Daniel wasn't lacking in things, but none of them things could save him from the perils, but only Yah. And that's what he placed his trust in. He didn't trust in Babylon. He didn't trust in the king, because even the king was thinking about himself. The king had to do it. The king hated it, but the king had to do it because the king was like, man, these people going to come at me and blah, blah, blah. But it's funny, he ain't think about that after the 6 days went by and Daniel was still there. Then he threw all them jokers in the lion's den. He really could have did that from jump. But again, nobody can save you but Yah. That's what it was said in Deuteronomy. This is what was told about us in the curses, that no man will save you. That means even yourself. Your work won't save you. Your job won't save you. Your savings won't save you. Your 401k won't save you. Your XRP won't save you. Your investments won't save you. Your land that you got in the middle of nowhere that you think nobody can find you gonna save you. Your FBA status and kicking out the white folks that mindset ain't gonna save you. None of that gonna save you. You have to trust in Yah. So all these jokers spitting all this fear-mongering stupidness, and everybody all of a sudden you're gonna start seeing it. They're gonna be trying to drag you in. Oh, can you come in and talk to us about this? And oh, can you come tell us about this? And oh, where did you get that? I told y'all back then. It's too late now, because I'm quite sure all the people that sell emergency food, they probably all up and out. Those of us that bought emergency food earlier, hey, it is what it is. We got it back before things was expensive. Trying to get stuff now is going to be dumb expensive. So, hey, I'm sorry. You didn't pay attention to what was going on. We had 6 years, 6 whole years. The mercy of Yah, 6 years to get this stuff together, to prepare your heart, to get yourself ready. Now, those of us, we were probably thinking we was crazy, just pushing through, seeing crazy stuff happening, folks laughing at us. Oh, there ain't nothing happening. Oh, he's saying this. Oh, they always say that. Oh, nothing ever happens. Oh, they always, because they don't pay attention and they don't see. They think that everything gonna happen. Man, I there was a person that I knew when I told them that when I'm careful I say this, I don't want to put them out like that. Then I might get a phone call. You online talking about me. I told this person, hey, there was the banks and stuff is finna start failing. We finna start seeing the economy crash, which the economy has been in a state of crash since 2020, really since 2008. It's been on machines since then. But 2020, it was really dead. It was brain dead. But they still had the machines going, pointing to the chest pump being pumped up by the breathing machine, saying, see, look, the economy's great. Look at that deep breath it just took. But meanwhile, the whole time, the economy is brain dead. It's dumb. If you take off the machines, aka all of the little tricks that they've been using to try to float along the economy all this time, none of that would have worked. It would have been gone. So they just been tricking folks into thinking that. But if you pay attention, you've been telling folks. And I told this person, them, instead of coming at me and saying, well, what does this look like? How does that be? They just heard me say that, then went out and bought a loan, got a loan, and then was mad that they had to pay the loan back because they said, well, you said the economy was going to go away and I got this loan. So you went and got out and got $6,000 and borrowed from some bank because you thought that you wouldn't have to pay it back. That's what your deceitful behind kid. Like that's the kind of mess that we deal with, man. This is the kind of mess that folks is on. But now these things are starting to come to pass and they worried, they shook because their trust is in Babylon. But our trust is in Yah. We trust the same Yah that'll teleport a nigga to your front door to deliver what you need. That you'll get a random phone call from somebody that'll give you exactly what you were looking for. That'll provide exactly what you need. That's the type of Yah. And this is the type of hour that we are in. That the Most High will bring something up that you will be like, yo, what in the world? How? You gotta have that blood written on your heart. This is different from the previous Exodus where you wrote it on the door. No, you write it on your heart, meaning you seeking Yah, not just I have a memory of scripture and I just regurgitate scripture. No, you are trusting and seeking in Yah. Yah is your source for real. We getting tested on all those words that we were just saying as Christians. Now is the testing time. Do you trust Yah, or is the system that you really trusted in failing, making you get weak of heart? Every time I see something crazy happen, it encourages me. I get happy. I praise Yah. I'm like, I see more and more that you're doing stuff. When I saw all those thick hail, I mean, that was some big behind hail that was dropping on them cars in the beginning.
Voucher.
When that lady was talking, let me see you pull that part up where they had all that hail. Look at the size of this hail. That hail is thick.
The size.
Look at that. That thing is big in that lady's hand. It was busting cars left and right. You mean to tell me that this ain't judgment coming? They having earthquakes in places that don't normally have. I think Louisiana had one of the biggest earthquakes ever in Louisiana. What? You see all this goofy stuff that's happening around, not just in America, but around the world. I'm telling you, there's places in Europe where whole towns are being wiped. They're not telling nobody this stuff. They're not. America is giving you straight propaganda, and not you hear. Why in the world are they talking about Lori Harvey when this man won his Oscar? It's gossip. It's nothing but nonsense and gossip that they got going on. Then all of a sudden, oh, look, scary movies coming out. Remember scary movie? All this stuff to get you distracted and get you off on all kinds of nonsense. Oh, look, Remy Ma made a diss song for Rick Ross, and Rick Ross is finna sue her back. All kinds of stupid stuff that's going on that all these folks is caught up in. But meanwhile, there's towns being wiped off the map in Europe. Straight up being wiped off the map. These mountainous towns and villages, really, I should call them villages, that these landslides is happening left and right. There was one place where the whole side of the city was gone because the whole place collapsed. It was a giant sinkhole and it all collapsed. The whole town, the whole side of the town just collapsed. Like just gone. Looked like something straight out of 28 Days Later. There's floods going on in all these other countries. There's all kinds of storms and floods going on in these other countries. They're not telling you about this. They're not saying nothing. They want you to just stay stuck on stupid and stay stuck getting caught up in all this mess and keep going to your trips even though the TSA ain't working and keep trying to spend money even though the banking system is failing. All this stuff. They keeping you distracted until you can't be distracted no more, and now you stuck out looking crazy. But those of us that's been trusting in Yah, we see all this stuff. We see all the nonsense that's going on. We hear the voice of Yah and we not moving with this nonsense. Don't feel bad because you are listening to Yah and your people ain't. Don't feel guilty because they suffering because of their own actions. Aaron had to do his services as a priest while his son's body smoldered and burnt, not by probably a few feet away from him. And he couldn't cry, he couldn't wail. He had to continue doing because what Yah did was righteous. And he had to stand on business while his sons was frying over in the corner because they was drunk trying to do the will of Yah. This the times that we in, y'all. Y'all about to show people that he's serious. He not out here playing. He ain't the little white man dressed like a hippie that's out here. Oh, I'm love. Oh, God is love. Oh, I don't even believe in hell because why would a loving God send you to hell? I said it before. One of my homeboys, I used to rap with back in the day, had one of the most bangingest bars that I still think of to this day. God is love, but has a bad side like the Punisher, and that you don't want to see. Bruh, if you anybody who's ever seen the Punisher comics, the Punisher and the Netflix show did a pretty decent job of showing the Punisher, but the Punisher in the comics, bruh, he was taking them jokers through it. He didn't play no games. He didn't play the radio. Spider-Man hated that Joker because he was just out there decimating these crews. He was messing them jokers up. The Punisher was no joke. And y'all 10 times on that. So, hey, if you are caught up in Babylon and you trusting in Egypt, did he not tell you already in the prophecy not to put your trust in Egypt? Don't put your trust in the hand of Egypt. So many jokers thinking that they trusting in Yah, but they really trust in Egypt. They trust in how they're viewed in Egypt. They trust in how all the folks, the people look at them. That Saul mentality. How the people's, I know you here to check me because I ain't do what I was supposed to do, Samuel. But the people is out here right now. We can talk about this later. Come worship me in front of the people. I know you hear the sheep. I know the king Agag is over there. I know, I get it. But we in front of the people, bruh. Come on, bruh. Come worship with me in front of the people. We can talk about this later. That Saul mindset. It's time out for that, bro. It's time out for all of that. If we trusting in Yah for real, the Yah that can do angel dash and have somebody pop up and give you just what you need. That's the type of Yah we serve. That's the type of Yah that we own. So I really just wanted to bring that again because I was reading and I'm like, Yah, what you really want me to talk about? And I came across Bel and the Dragon and it just lit up in my spirit. And I was like, okay, Yah, you really want us to get this thing hammered home that you are our trust. You are our stronghold. You are the one that we lean on. This is the hour where we trust in Yah no matter what. There was a so-called from the lion NASA talking about a 7-ton meteor came down. Bro, they're in Texas. If you ever see the videos of that thing doing loop-de-loops. What meteor does loop-de-loops? What meteor does loop-de-loops? They lying. They so caught up. They so used to having a trap door and coming in and eating the food of Baal and fooling everybody with they witchcraft and they lies that they not even trying hard no more. They're not trying hard no more. And that's their undoing. It's becoming their undoing. They're getting so sloppy, it's kind of ridiculous lately. I'm like, is these the same folk? Like, is it just the Most High opened our eyes, or these jokers just really that sloppy? They getting sloppy. It's looking real stupid. Like you really got to be all the way knocked out, sleep in a coma to not be awoke right now. You got to have total trust in this matrix of a nonsense system to not see the foolishness that's going on. And that's what we're dealing with. So no, I'm telling you, trust in Yah. Trust in Yah. And if Yah is not leading you, don't be out here trying to help somebody hey, them dudes tried to help Jonah and was trying to save Jonah, but that ship was about to knock over. They had to toss that nigga in the water. Hey, we sorry. Don't let his blood be on us. Whoop. Overboard. You gotta put some niggas overboard, bro. Straight up. It sounds cruel because I know we all used to the European, Miracle Whip covered gospel that they gave us. They just took the Bible and just squeezed a whole bottle of Miracle Whip on it and threw raisins on it and then handed it over to us. Nah, bro. Some of you niggas got to get tossed over because we trusting in Yah. And you coming over here bringing the curses because you still trusting in Babylon and you can't bring a curse in this house. We got this house here has the blood in this heart. And we're only moving the way Yah tell us to move. Can't have you up in here with your nonsense. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It sounds cruel. It sounds mean, but that's reality. It is what it is. The Messiah himself told the woman, hey, I ain't come for y'all. I came for the Hebrews. I came for the lost sheep. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you dog at the table right now. I ain't here for you. I'm here for the people at the table. You might be able to catch, you might have to go on somewhere, go outside and fetch a bone. But through her humbleness, they say, hey, I can at least get a scrap off the table. Her humbleness is what brought her in. That's the problem. Most of the folks we dealing with not humble. They not humble. Because even after all this, they ain't going to come tell you that you was right. They ain't going to come and be clean with you and say that you was right. They just going to come with an expectating heart. This is the type of stuff that we dealing with right now, man. So, it seems the message of the hour for the Most High that he's been putting on me to deliver to his people is that, hey, trust in him. Have faith in him. Despite all of this stuff, think about how he did our forebear Daniel, who also was in Babylon, who also was in a captivity situation, who was a priest amongst all this wickedness and who stood tall amongst all these idols. That's what we're doing. We're not physically going and breaking down the idol ourselves, but you're breaking down the idol when you don't watch their TV shows, when you stop thinking. There's so much. We are literally born in darkness. We don't even know what light looks like. That's why we have to trust in Yah. You can't even trust your own feelings because your feelings have been shaped by witchcraft constantly since we were born. Constant curses being spoke through the music, through the TV, through the movies, through everything. The commercials, all this stuff has been programming us with curses. It is nothing but the Most High Yah that leads us and guides us, and we have to lean on Yah the same way Daniel leaned on Yah in the face of all them doggone lions. Because guess what? He going to have you eating in front of them hungry lions. And you're going to be good. You're going to be good. Oh, what if they come and they try to take my stuff? Again, you're going to eat in front of them hungry lions and you're going to be good. You're going to be good. Don't stud these hard-headed niggas. Don't stud none of them. Hard-headed niggas and hard-headed Europeans. Anglo descent, all of them. Ashina descent, all of them. All the tribes, all of them jokers. The Amorites. Every last one of them. Whether they be melanated or not, because some of them jokers is melanated. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Not all folks that look like you is for you. Let the wisdom of Yah be your guide. All these jokers out here, oh, white man this, white man that. Shoot, there's some folks that's going to be on your side that you will be shot, man. Shoot, there's going to be plenty of these descendants of the Anglos that said we woke up and inherited lies, and they ain't going to be crazy. They're going to pay attention. I believe them the main ones that some of us going to have to help and work with because they're going to wake up, and they're going to be like, yo, what the heck? Some of our people going to wake up, and the Most High may lead some of us to help them, but don't be so willing to go out there. You have to be led by Yah. Be led by Yah. Let Yah be your guide, not your emotions. So that's all I really had to bring out tonight, man, because, y'all showed me that, especially when he teleported Habakkuk. That junk had me rolling. I'm like, man, he straight teleported. He did angel dash for Daniel. Angel dash for Daniel. All he did was sit there and trust in Yah. And even in his dire situation, Yah had him. He was good. He never went with want. He was good. So again, don't worry. Don't be scared. Don't be like, oh my God, it's just bad news. I don't want to watch it. Man, you should watch it with joy and gladness. Because the more you see the time of the time of the nations, the foreign nations go down, the time of the Gentiles not being the Anglos. I'm talking about the Gentiles, the real Gentiles, the ones that are the descendant of Japheth, the Ashkenaz. the descendant of Japheth, who, if you read back in Genesis 10, started the Gentile islands from Japheth. Only Japheth now, not Ham, not Shem. Let's get this words correct, because we understand who's really running this system right now. When their time is coming to an end, and it couldn't come no time sooner. It's all at the hand of Yah. Trust in Yah and have faith in Yah, and don't be scared. Don't be worried, because if we know this, we've been talking about this for 6 years, more than 6 years. Some of them been talking about this for 10 years, 10 years, saying that America was finna come down. Here it is. What you think? It was supposed to just go down and you were still gonna have access to your bank account? What you think? It was still gonna go down and you were still gonna be able to go get McDonald's and all that? No, it's gonna get crazy. If you look at the all of the plagues that hit Egypt, it was hitting them in their pockets. It was hitting them in their convenience. Do you think it's not convenient that if you got to go to work in Egypt and the light is only on at your house, so you go over to the Egypt side and you can't even see the hand in front of your hand in front of your face? That you got to go down to the Nile and fish for your business in Egypt, and the whole thing full of dead fish because of all this blood all up in there? Or you go out to the field to get what you got and you can't go because there's locusts out there feasting on that thing? Or you got to stay inside because there's a bunch of nasty frogs jumping around? Or you can't go to work because all your Egyptian taskmasters at home scratching boils and covered in boils? Come on, man. This was inconvenient. And we're going to see it more and more and more and more go down. It's happening rapidly. I'm telling you, this junk going to come fast. It's already in Europe. They basically, I forget, it was France. I can't remember which country it was in Europe. They're already telling them, hey, 4-day work week, because gas is so expensive and so rare. They're cutting down the work week. Now, you know, America ain't never going to do that. If there was no gas in the pump, they're going to tell you to find a way to get there. There could be no gas in the pump in America. You know, Babylon, like, we don't care. Get there. We still going to make money and get the most money out of you till we can't get no more money out of you. That Babylon don't care. You're going to work till you die for them. That's what they say. That's what they think. That's what they planning. Because again, just like them priests, they just like, okay, whatever. I have a plan. We've been planning this for years. We've been all set for this, and there's nothing that they can do. We got these Negroes. They're gone hook, line, and sinker. The men don't get along with the women. The kids is growing up singing curses, and then nobody is down with nothing. We got them out there. They're charging crystals by the moonlight. We got these stupid Negroes out here being witch doctors and stuff. We got these dumb jokers doing every little thing. They confident in their win, not understanding that they're literally playing into the Most High's hand. Literally playing into the Most High's hand. That's crazy. That every move you make has already been called before you make it, and every move you make actually helps your opponent win. That's wild. Only the Most High can do that. At a scale of this large, that's only the Most High. Every move they make has been calculated, and he is literally countered. He's already countered them. He's just sitting back chilling. At this point, they're already countered. Man. Can't tell me y'all ain't real, bro. Can't tell me y'all ain't real. Y'all is definitely realer than real, man. And I know this was for y'all to bring tonight, because I'm going to tell the truth and shame the devil. My feelings was not in bringing this today. And it was so many times in my head, it came, oh, just cancel. Oh, you're tired. I'm talking about Babylon been slapping me upside my head. Just all kinds of nonsense. It's, you know, I'm trying to leave to go on vacation, and I'm getting stuff slapped on me. Just all this last minute, just crazy stuff. I'm talking about up until it was 5 o'clock. It was stuff. It was just stuff all week long. It has been like this. And I'm like, I know this is nothing but the enemy trying to wear me down. So I cancel and don't do. He's like, oh no, I'm not gonna go live today. I'm tired. But nah, y'all had a message that he wanted to deliver to his people. Period. And I ain't saying that to be like, ha ha ha, look at me. I'm telling that to tell you that sometimes you ain't gonna feel like doing what y'all told you to do, but you gotta do it. You gotta roll through. You may want to help somebody, but y'all telling you, let that nigga sit. You gotta let him sit. It is what it is. You have to be wise. Ask y'all to help you hear his voice and omit your feelings. Say, y'all, let it not be my will. Let it not be my feelings. Let it not be my soul interfering with your message. Let me hear your message pure, sans my feelings. Hey, whatever it is what it is. Whatever it is what it is. Daniel and them had to watch them. They put kids to death. Did Daniel? Oh, well, you know, there's kids, King. Oh, you shouldn't put those priests to death. Oh, think of it. Nah, bro. You came from a demonic. Hey, look, it is what it is, bro. Your daddy put you in that situation. You got to talk to him. He the one lying to the king, and then and big up in this fake made of clay and gold, exterior gold, fake God, dead God that can't do nothing for you. Just like now, people trusting in this money that ain't even real money. It's debt. We don't even know what money look like. All we know is debt. Debt. And people trusting in this mess and putting their faith in this mess and getting all beside themselves because the debt ain't there. So they try to look for other debt. Well, I'm gonna go to get XRP. XRP is a resource, and it's gonna be none of that's gonna save you. None of that. None of that. You can get XRP, XYZ, WSTS, or whatever you want, nigga. None of that's gonna save you. Nothing but Yah. Nothing but Yah. Period. So, with that, man, trust in Yah. Trust in Yah. Yah got you. Trust in Yah that you've been praying to all these 6 years, that you've been putting trust in all these, that you've been seeing all the stuff that's going on. You've been knowing this stuff. You see how Isaiah just jumping off the page and Revelations jumping off the page and Baruch jumping off the page and all these scriptures just like in 4D right now, just popping off the pages because we seeing stuff pop off as it goes. Trust in Yah. Trust in Yah. Don't be so quick to eat from everybody's table, because I've been noticing a lot of these AI channels. They've been popping up saying all kinds of stuff. Let me see. Let me find. Hold on. I'm gonna share this one screen. Let me see. Do I still have it open? I do. Let me. I'm gonna share this real quick, and then I'm gonna go. I want to share this one screen from this thing that what in the world? Here we go. Share screen. There we go. And I want to share this one particular page that I found that I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this dude? What is this dude on? You know, I found this right here. And his page is basically full of nothing but AI slop. And the voice is AI slop, because there's another channel, I think it's the Black African channel or whatever, that they use the same black AI voice. It's all AI nonsense. And I'm telling you, this dude is on, like, it sounds good when you initially hear it, but then you start seeing the stuff that they start putting together. Like, he got a chart up there. This chart that he got, that he talking about with the time and stuff, because, you know, he was talking about time, and I've been on time a lot lately, so that caught my interest. But then I see this garbage chart that he got putting together, and then he puts it together. You know, a lot of folks is out here thinking that, you know, they got folks thinking that the Messiah finna come back, and that's not the order of operations of prophecy. That's not how that works. And unfortunately, there's a lot of folks that's falling for a lot of this stuff. Oh, of course, YouTube want to act stupid at this point, whatever. But yeah, his timeline is just off. It's off. Look, ships of Tarshish, the beast falls. Wait, what? Not the beast, right? Like, nah, bro, the beast been around for a minute. What do you mean? Oh, there it is. And the beast don't fall until the Messiah come back and knock the beast down. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want? Like, his chart is garbage. But it's AI slop. And I'm like, where do you come from? And literally, the name of the channel is The Second Exodus. And he just came out he literally just came out. Let me go and see. He just started making stuff a month ago. And it's all AI slop. And telling people all this stuff. Again, this to me looks more like PSYOP activity, where they trying to, again, scoop up those of us that don't pay attention. Be led by Yah. Even take what I tell you and take it before Yah. Don't just, oh, Red said it, though. No, if anybody out here saying anything on this YouTube or anywhere you see it, always bring it back before Yah. Don't take nothing I say just as, oh, Red said. No, bring it before Yah. Yah, was Red correct? Yah, was Red right? Yah, what do you say about what he said? And if what I said is true, Yah will show you and he will confirm it. If I say I was wrong, hey, he'll come and get me. He sure got me when I talked about the Peleg thing. When I thought Peleg was, it said, when the time when the world was split. So I'm applying my Babylon knowledge of, Pangea, blah, 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 blah. None of that crap. And Pangea might have been real. When the flood came, some continents probably, may have splitting up. It may have been some changes in the earth. I could definitely see that because the flood was a violent situation in the earth. But the time with Peleg, the earth was separated based on Noah separating the earth to this different sons. So they wouldn't fight with each other. And he was giving them all their different land. So they would go off and be prosperous and work together and not have to be fighting each other over land. That's what that was talking about. But again, I hadn't fully dumped this Babylon nonsense out of my brain. And I'm putting Babylon in the Bible instead of letting the Bible speak on itself. There's a lot of people that get out here and do this mess. Be careful. That's why I say trust in Yah. Trust in Yah. Because Yah will lead you and guide you. So with that, man, that's all I got to say on that situation, man. Yah is good. Yah will deliver you Angel Dash for all your needs and all your situations. You don't got to worry about none of this mess because this was supposed to happen. Don't get scared. Don't get worried. Don't be shook or none of that stuff. It's supposed to happen. We're going to see some crazy stuff happen. And America's about to get a lot of what has been serving the other nations. But even through all of that, we're going to be trusting in Yah. It's going to be some silly scenes. I ain't going to sit here and tell you everything's going to be roses and sunshine. You might end up having to walk over the bodies of some people you know, some people you love and care for. That's how real it's going to get out here. Just like Aaron had to keep doing what he was doing while his sons were smoldering over in the corner, you got to keep walking and you got to keep moving because everybody have their own choice to make. And that's how that thing go. That is how that thing go, man. So with that, man, y'all be blessed, man. Y'all really be blessed, bro, because it's an exciting time. Honestly, it really is. Like it's hard for me to focus at work because I'm like, all this feels useless because it's like, I'm helping businesses and talking about 5-year plans, and I'm like, bro, I don't even know if you got a 5-month plan. That's how we're looking at things right now. Like, I don't even know if you got a 5-month plan, bro. It's getting that real. But we praise Yah for him keeping us, and we praise Yah for him being faithful. He is far more faithful than we are as a people. He is far more faithful than us. That we are the undeserving, yet he's still coming back to restore us for his name's sake. That's how I keep you humble. He ain't doing it just for, he do love us and care about us, but he's doing it for his name's sake because he put his name on us. So don't let it get pride in you. It's because y'all put his name on us. It's his name's sake. So with that, y'all, I wish y'all a good evening, and I won't see y'all next week. Y'all know, not my last week is usually my recharge week, and then we'll be back on the 2nd, on April the 2nd. We shall return. So y'all be blessed.
See, you dealing with a born-again believer, a King James reader. When they come to putting in work, I got more stripes than a zebra. See the demon murderer in progress. I'm creeping up on him slow like his name was Cyrus. Then I put two up in where he digest. White stress, I just put it down on sight so I guess you can't deal with the feel. Let alone the still. Let me get this off of my chest. Why, yes, I'm just a spiritual caterpillar. Life healer, blood spiller. To make it blunt, a straight demon killer. The other day I had a dream. It seemed that I was crowned the king, given the kingdom and the black queen. But I told the kingdom bye. And I kissed the king goodbye, cause I'd rather post up in the ghetto and see demons die. See, I don't have no love for demons and they don't love me. So I guess my KJV and I put it down constantly. Takes authority over the strong man when I'm 459 in him. He's always on my mind and I'm going to sleep and I'm dreaming of finding him. Always like age of breaking darkness in 100 ways. You attack my soul like I'm on fast and pray 100 days. And then you'll miss like a gorilla, bleeding the blood over your villa. It's the sanctified blood wash, demon killer, killer. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of my neighborhood, I fear no evil. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of my neighborhood, I fear no evil. I'm on shine the gates of hell. I got the blood of Christ, so they keep it there. I hear them talking, they don't know I'm stalking. They feel the leave more dead slugs in they forehead. N-I-B-S-T-R-A-P-P-E-E. In my H-A-N-D-C-R-W-E.